I'm Dille here with Jonny Sundt. The new year is upon us, and we are going to recap our very, very favorite storylines of the 2019 bicycle racing season. I'm going to start with Mathieu van der Poel because we got to see Mathieu van der Poel race all year long, starting with a cyclocross world championships, which he finally won, got that monkey off of his back.
For the second time.
But I mean, it was a period. We were worried.
It was a hard 3 years. It was a hard 3 years for poor Mathieu, watching Wout win the championship over and over again.
But then the storyline was him moving to the road, racing the classics. How was he going to do? He became one of the most dominant riders of the spring classics, and he not only won races in the spring, he won big races in the spring, and he won them in just fantastical, awe-inspiring style. From smaller races like Nokere-Koerse, where he was literally cleaning the roads with his front wheel, knocking rocks off the side of the road. To what was the next race he won? Oh, Dwars-Door-Vlaanderen, which was his first World Tour win. We saw him pulling wheelies on the way to the press conference after that race. Brabant's Pill into the hilly Ardennes-style classics, just dominating riders of the caliber of Michael Matthews, Julian Alaphilippe, and just in very severe fashion, spectacular. And then the big one for me, Tour of Flanders, crashing, going over his front wheel, holding his shoulder. Any other rider would have packed it in right there, got back on his bike. By the top of the Koppenberg, he was back in this bike race, back at the front of the Tour of Flanders, in contention to win, and nearly did, coming in fourth place. And then, of course, in my opinion, the best, I'm going to say not one of, the best bike race I've ever seen, the 2019 Amstel Gold, came out of nowhere in the final kilometers, launched a sprint from 500 meters out, and won in a similar fashion to that his father had won decades before. So, yeah, Mathieu van der Poel, I can't think of any storyline that tops that, Jonny.
I mean, first of all, it's hard to pick because it was a fantastic year for cycling, and you stole my Mathieu van der Poel. So
I apologize for that.
It's okay. I wrote the you're only human. Yeah. Julian Alaphilippe. I mean, What didn't he win this year? It's a few races, but he really has come into his own. Going to put out there, former cyclocross racer, so near and dear to my heart, but. He dominated. He was dominant in the classics that he targeted. But then the big story is that he goes to the Tour de France, and he takes the yellow jersey and he takes it deep into the mountains, and it kind of shook some of the norms and the paradigms that are there. Like, well, no, he's a classics rider. He can't ride with the GC. It's not possible. But there he was, and really fought to keep that all the way to a couple days outside of Paris. So it was a great storyline. I thought it was fantastic. He just really showed his class as a rider and really went outside. I mean, before the tour even started, he had already had a wildly successful season. And then he did this, and also for me, and I'll go a little bit down the rabbit hole here because it showed there's a lot of traditional logic. A classic rider can't contend for GC, or a cyclocross rider, has to not focus on cross if they want to do well in the classics. And we're seeing a lot of those go out the window.
Yeah, of course, Julian Alaphilippe, Strade Bianche, Milan-San Remo, Flèche Wallonne. He won a bunch sprint stage of Tirreno Adriatico, and then to come back and basically be the star of one of the best, a seminal Tour de France, one of the best races we've ever seen, certainly that we've seen in years. I think it does add to that, not only winning, but winning in a style, in a fashion that just adds that element of drama that I can't believe I'm watching this, that I'm glued to my FloBikes app or TV or whatever device you're watching the race on. I think that's a storyline for me, is these racers are delivering drama and just beyond belief. You can't write this stuff.
And we are very lucky here at Flo because watching a lot of bike racing is part of the job. And
literally in the job description.
It's like literally you have to do it. Fireable offense, not watching bike racing. So we were treated to such a great year of fantastic cycling.
Yeah, so kudos to you, Mathieu van der Poel.
And Julian Alaphilippe.
And hopefully we'll be back with even more compelling stories in 2020.
See you soon.